The winds of change are stirring in the world of tablets, and those who've been waiting for the next big leap from Apple might soon have their wishes granted. Rumors swirling around the tech sphere point toward a monumental shift coming to the iPad Pro lineup, one that could fundamentally redefine how we think about portable computing and creative workflows on the go. With whispers of the blazing fast M5 processor, expanded memory options, improved displays, and deeper integration between software and hardware, the next generation iPad Pro isn't just shaping up to be a refresh. It could be a statement of intent about the future of touch-based computing. To understand what's at stake, we need to first take a step back. When Apple rolled out the current iPad Pro models in early 2024, the move was hailed as a milestone in tablet engineering. With wafer-thin profiles that somehow still pack desktop-class performance, M4-powered devices turned heads across the industry. The 11-inch model shrunk to just 5.3 millimeters. The larger 13-inch variant became the thinnest of any comparable tablet at an astonishing 5.1 millimeters. But more than that, Apple introduced tandem OLED display technology, bringing cinematic color depth, deeper blacks, and refresh rates that made every tap, swipe, or pen stroke feel silky smooth. It was, to put it mildly, a visual marvel. Yet beneath all this polish, some cracks in the foundation remained. While the M4 chip pushed processing to dizzying heights, iPadOS still lagged behind macOS when it came to taking full advantage of that silicon. The hardware clearly outpaced the software's ability to let users run powerful workflows that pros had long expected on laptops. iPadOS 25 made strides toward bridging this gap, but many felt it wasn't quite enough to truly transform the iPad Pro into a seamless laptop replacement. This is where the rumored M5 iPad Pro comes in, and why anticipation is running so high. According to industry insiders, leaks, and supply chain chatter, Apple is preparing a beast of a machine that won't just nudge the iPad forward, but will potentially thrust it into a new class altogether. First, the heart of the matter, the M5 chip. Building on the legacy of Apple Silicon's meteoric rise, the M5 is reportedly designed with special emphasis on next-gen AI tasks, further improved energy efficiency, and even tighter GPU integration. That means everything from advanced 3D modeling to real-time rendering, machine learning-powered creative apps, and ultra-smooth multitasking could feel instant and effortless. For artists, video editors, software developers who've previously bumped against the ceiling of what the iPad could handle, the M5 might just smash that ceiling to pieces. But raw power alone isn't enough. One of the biggest gripes among professional users has been RAM limitations. Current models ship with a base of 8 gigabytes, which is respectable but not exactly future-proofed for the kinds of workflows involving high-resolution video editing, large-scale illustration projects, or simultaneous audio production with multiple plugins. If the rumors are accurate, Apple could be boosting the base RAM to 16 gigabytes, doubling the entry-level capacity with top-end configurations. Rumored to pack 24 gigabytes of unified memory. For power users, this is the kind of upgrade that might finally push the iPad Pro into serious contention as a daily driver workstation. Then, there's the matter of iPadOS. Apple's operating system for the tablet has come a long way since its earliest days as a fork of iOS, but it still carries baggage that makes professionals wary. The forthcoming iPadOS 26 is supposedly Apple's most ambitious attempt yet to dissolve the boundaries between mobile simplicity and desktop versatility. Enhanced window management is expected, giving users the ability to more flexibly organize apps and documents across multiple workspaces. There are also murmurs of tighter integration with macOS workflows, letting people seamlessly transition projects back and forth between Mac and iPad without cumbersome export or conversion processes. Might really set this next chapter apart is Apple's focus on pro-grade app experiences. Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro have already arrived on the iPad in limited forms, but the new version of iPadOS may bring them even closer to parity with their Mac counterparts. Imagine editing 6K video on the go, working with dozens of audio tracks, layering effects in real time, and doing it all on a device that fits into your backpack. That's not just an incremental update. That's a paradigm shift. On the design front, industry watchers don't expect a radical departure from the sleek industrial look introduced with the current generation. The ultra-thin chassis, precisely machined corners, and minimalist aesthetic have been widely praised, so Apple will likely stick with subtle refinements. That could include a brighter old panel with even better power management, slightly reduced weight, and perhaps even more durability enhancements for those who travel frequently or work in demanding environments. One tantalizing, rumor points toward new display technology that could push brightness levels beyond 1500 nits peak, which would be particularly valuable for professionals working in bright outdoor conditions. Combine that with improved anti-reflective coatings, and the iPad Pro could become the go-to tool for photographers and videographers shooting and reviewing footage on location. Battery life, as always, remains crucial. Apple is reportedly experimenting with new silicon-based battery designs that could further extend runtimes without increasing bulk, paired with the M5's rumored efficiency gains. This could mean multiple days of heavy use on a single charge, something creative, professionals, and frequent travelers have been clamoring for. Connectivity is another area where the iPad Pro might see big strides. There are whispers of faster Thunderbolt ports, improved external display support, more robust wireless performance including Wi-Fi 7 and advanced Bluetooth standards. That means smoother pairing with accessories, quicker transfer of large project files, and support for more powerful external GPUs and storage arrays. When it comes to software integration, Apple has been making quiet but steady moves toward building a unified ecosystem that feels frictionless. Expect the next iPad Pro to play even nicer with AirPods, Apple Watches, and especially Macs. Features like universal control are just the beginning. Rumors suggest more advanced continuity features could allow the iPad Pro to function almost like a dedicated sidecar processor, offloading machine learning or rendering tasks from a Mac when plugged into the same network. This kind of tight integration is exactly what many professionals have been waiting for. A workflow in which devices complement each other rather than compete. But when will all this arrive? Most industry analysts point to late 2025 as the likely window for the M5 iPad Pro reveal, potentially alongside next-generation MacBooks and updates to macOS itself. Historically, Apple has favored fall product launches for its flagship devices, capitalizing on holiday demand and aligning with the typical back-to-school season. If development delays crop up, spring 2026 remains a possibility, giving Apple more time to polish iPadOS 26 and ensure the software-hardware synergy lives up to the hype. On the subject of pricing, Apple has generally maintained stable entry points unless component costs or global economic pressures force changes. Given the expected RAM bump and M5 chip upgrade, it wouldn't be surprising if Apple kept the base model price roughly the same while delivering much greater value out of the box. However, top-tier configurations with maximum RAM and storage might push into even higher price territory, reflecting the device's growing status as a true professional workstation rather than a casual consumption gadget. In broader terms, the M5 iPad Pro could be about more than just tech specs. It could signal Apple's renewed commitment to owning the high-end creative market, an arena where competition from dedicated PC workstations and hybrid devices has intensified. While companies like Microsoft and Samsung have rolled out impressive tablets and two-in-one devices, Apple's focus on vertical integration, controlling both silicon and software, gives it a unique edge. The company isn't just building tools, it's creating entire ecosystems in which those tools interact seamlessly. The real question, of course, is whether the M5 iPad Pro will be enough to convince longtime MacBook users, particularly those in creative industries, to ditch their laptops entirely. That remains to be seen. Many professionals remain skeptical of touch-first workflows and iPadOS's lingering limitations compared to macOS. But if Apple delivers on the rumors, especially around memory, multitasking, and Pro app support, this could be the moment the iPad Pro finally steps out from the shadow of the MacBook and stands on its own as the preferred choice for the next generation of creators. In the end, while nothing is set in stone until Apple officially takes the stage, the signs are clear. The M5 iPad Pro might be Apple's most ambitious attempt yet to bridge the gap between portable convenience and desktop-class capability. And if history is any guide, once Apple sets its sights on redefining a category, the rest of the industry often scrambles to catch up.